Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk, the Watch Brothers, final scores and stats from Wild Card Weekend. Pretty good game, some good, some wasn't. We'll have our final thoughts and all that good stuff and many more. That's coming up next. All right, this is it. Double Take Sports Talk. Podcast with the Watch Brothers. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daryl. Darren on the opposite side. Say hello to Darren. Watch everybody.
Yeah, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Man, hey, you doing all right? You feeling good?
Yeah, man, what's good?
Not much, man. Just here grinding it out, man. We know what we always do, right?
Yep.
All right, man. So you ready to get this baby started?
Let's do it.
Okay. Kick this one off with the Wild Card Weekend scores and stats. So here we go. We're going to start this one off with the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans. Texas surprisingly, in my personal opinion, pulled out this win, 27-14. Connor Cook was 18 for 45, 161 yards, a touchdown, and 3 picks. Brock Osweiler had a pretty good game. He was 14 for 25, 168 yards, and a touchdown. Latavius Murray and Brock Osweiler. No, excuse me. Sorry. Not Brock Osweiler. Latavius Murray had a rushing touchdown for the Raiders. Lamar Miller and Brock Osweiler had a rushing touchdown each for the Texans. The Lions and Seahawks. Seahawks dominated the Lions in this game and won this one 26-6. Matt Stafford, 18 for 32, 205 yards. Russell Wilson, 23 for 30, 224 yards and 2 touchdowns, and personally, by far the best that he has so far. Thomas Rawls had 161 yards rushing and a touchdown.
We go to Pittsburgh, where the Miami Dolphins faced off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. In my personal opinion, that game just was lopsided, wasn't nowhere near close. My bold prediction just got thrown out the window. Pittsburgh beat Miami 30-12. Matt Moore, 29 for 36, 289 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. My far personally, he did better than Ben Roethlisberger, which speaks of him. Ben Roethlisberger, 13 for 18, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Jay Ajayi didn't do nothing on the ground, 16 for 36, no touchdown. Wow. 16 for 33, and no touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, 29 for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. Great game from him. And Antonio Brown, 5 receptions for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. A great game for Pittsburgh. And then the Giants and the Packers in Green Bay. Green Bay also pretty much lopsided them too, 38-13. Eli Manning, 23 for 44, 299 yards, a touchdown and a pick. And Aaron Rodgers, 25 for 40, 362 yards, 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. That right there is Mr. Rodgers' neighborhood. Devontae Adams, 8 receptions for 125 yards and a touchdown, and Randall Cobb, 5 receptions for 116 yards and 3 touchdowns. Neither one of the ground games got going on the offensive end for either team, and the Giants receivers was just pretty much shut down. Odell Beckham, 4 receptions, 28 yards. Victor Cruz, 3 receptions for 30 yards. It was just a very pretty much lopsided, dominated game for Green Bay.
Yeah. Still kind of disappointed about that game, but hey, life goes on.
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed about Miami, but, I was looking for the upset Pittsburgh. Just didn't happen.
Yeah, got that right.
Just didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay, so in the meantime, in that portion of this show, that was the final scores and stats from the Wild Card Weekend. Nothing to enjoy, but hey.
The divisionals would be a whole different ball game.
Tell it. Tell it.
Say what?
I was just saying, you telling the truth, man. Tell it.
Oh boy, I thought you lost your.
No.
I thought you lost your mind.
This is Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. I'm Daryl Watts. If you enjoyed the podcast and would like to see more, check out our videos on YouTube. And while you're there, subscribe, like, and share our videos. We don't mind. We're also on the social media side where you can catch up on the latest news and developer stories and different stat information. Follow us on Twitter at DTST2414. Or you can follow me, Daryl, at Love University, and follow Darren also at Darren Watch 14. We're on Facebook also, Double Take Sports Talk page at the Watch Brothers. Darren's is Darren Watts on Facebook, and I am myself, Daryl Watts II on Facebook. We got the blog Feature Critical Thinking and Analysis, so you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again. Okay, now it's time for this portion of the show. Final thoughts. What stood out to us? Here, we'll start with you. What stood out to you? What impressed you? What disappointed you? Anything? What happened with you?
Before I even get to that,
Okay.
Next week's matchups, I thought I'd just share it real quick.
Okay.
Houston's going to face off against New England. Pittsburgh's going to face off against Kansas City for the AFC divisionals, and then for the NFC, Green Bay and Dallas, and Seattle and Atlanta. That's going to be very interesting games next week. But other than that, what stood out to me was pretty much, I don't know, because these games was just not really so important to me. But I'm just going to have to say Houston, considering the fact that Houston was underdogs. Houston stood out to me to actually beat Oakland's defense to go on to the divisionals, and that's where their final road stops this upcoming week to New England. I'm very impressed with Houston to the fact that they made it past the wild card to go on and go to the divisionals to face off against New England in New England. Expect to blow out that game, but that's what stood out to me.
Here's what stood out to me. What stood out to me was the Pittsburgh and Miami game. And I say the Pittsburgh and Miami game because of the ability of the Dolphins defense. When you thought there was a ball game actually going on, the Dolphins defense has stepped up. It was just that the offensive line of Miami, the whole offense set itself, really just didn't come through.
I noticed that.
Miami had ample of opportunities.
Yes.
Dolphins defense has stepped up to the plate.
Yeah.
Especially in the first half, the closing minutes of the first half. The Dolphins defense made a very critical stop under 2 minutes. The Dolphins drove it down the field, I believe, probably to about the 20 or the 15-yard line. Matt Moore gets a fumble from a strip shot. And I was like, wow. That could have turned the whole game around because the Dolphins would have either scored a field goal or more importantly, a touchdown. That game would have been more closer to what you thought it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I'm really trying to pull your point about the Dolphins because they're not who everybody thinks they are. But when the offensive team has struggled, that just showed right there that Miami's offense wasn't able to keep up with the Pittsburgh's defense, but the Dolphins' defense stopped the Steelers when they needed to. They got the key stops and stuff like that. The Dolphins, they didn't make it easy for them for the first 3 quarters.
They did
That's
not.
what impressed me.
They did, and technically, in my personal opinion, it should be Miami and New England. Mm-hmm. Period. I mean, they held Pittsburgh to 20 points in the first half. Yeah, okay. They held Miami to just only 2 field goals. But still, even at that, in my personal opinion, Pittsburgh had ample of opportunities to blow open the game. And they didn't even blow it open until the 4th quarter. There should have been no reason why that this game was really that close from the beginning and even in the first half alone itself. I was just disappointed in Miami's offense for not coming through when the defense did. They had ample opportunities to get back into that game along with Miami's defense. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what got me. That's what got me too.
Yeah, and I was just upset that that offensive line really did not do its job to protect Matt Moore in that game. Had they did that, this would have been a whole another different conversation.
I agree. And then, of course, Pittsburgh's defense, they did check Jay Ajayi. And that was one of the other issues into the reason why that the offense couldn't really get things going because Jay Ajayi, when he ran all over their defense back in week 6 with 205 rushing yards?
Yes.
Yeah, 205 rushing yards, and he was held probably under 40 yesterday. Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He was held probably under 40.
Yeah, 33 yards.
Yeah, 33 yards. And, he's already bothered by the shoulder injury. He re-hurt it again in the second half. So
who? Jay Ajayi?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger is still injured.
Hurt his ankle.
Yeah, he's wearing a cast.
I don't know. I think that's just to kind of throw the media off it a little bit. That's just me personally.
I mean, even if they're not getting past Kansas City.
No.
They're not getting past Kansas City.
Well, that's your preview.
Yeah, you already got your preview. You just ain't got it for the NFC yet because I still haven't even determined those games.
I haven't either. I haven't
even determined them yet. The AFC was eating me.
But speaking of the NFC, I want to switch gears real quick. I want to talk about this Detroit and Seattle game. Darren, I happen to be noticing that you had put out a post on Facebook, and you put one out, of course, for Will Walker. The NFL has been posting for playoff teams that was playing in the wild card, why these teams, top 3 reasons why these teams could win the Super Bowl. And you shared it with every single one that they posted out. And you also did one for Will Walker with the Miami Dolphins. And with the Detroit and Seattle game, they had the top 3 reasons why the Lions could win the Super Bowl, being because, number 1, I think they had 8 fourth-quarter comebacks, and I think they said something about defense. Well, both of them was probably about the defense. I couldn't remember which one it was.
I think it was, I don't remember. I want to say it was they were number 1 in some type of defense that they
I think it was probably
points. I think allowed points a game or something of that nature. Don't quote me. I'm looking now.
Well, passing yards allowed. It was something like that. I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. That really stopped me because it was a whole bunch of them there. The Raiders, the Texans.
Yeah, I got
the Giants.
Yeah, I got the Texans here. I'm scrolling through to see if I can find them. There's Green Bay. There's Oakland. There's Detroit. You talking about Detroit or Seattle?
Detroit.
8 fourth-quarter comebacks this season, most by any team in one season since the 1950s. They could win it from anywhere on the field with Matt Pratt to 7-7 for 50 yards plus field goals this year. And then Detroit is just one of 4 teams to never reach the Super Bowl. They are due. If the Cubs can win it all, why not the Lions? That's what it is.
And here's the thing. The way that the Seahawks have just pre-handedly just dominated the Lions, checked them to 6 points only. What do you think could have possibly went wrong when the Lions going only 6 points? What do you think possibly could have went wrong? Do you think it could have been Matt Stafford? Do you think it could have been the running game? Now, because I'm pretty sure you didn't watch the game at all, just basing off the score.
It was more just, in my personal opinion, like I said, you're right, I didn't look at the game, but I'm just going to say that it was probably just far more Seattle being at home, and they can't handle the 12th man and their rowdiness, and it is kind of intimidating to play on the road when you got a 12th man like Seattle. It's hard for a away team to actually stay focused and try to, actually do what they do, and that energy, they fed off of it, and Detroit just got outplayed. And that's just how I see it.
I got an off-the-wall question. Now, despite the fact that the Seahawks scored 26 points, I believe I'm just gonna throw this out here right now, and I'm just gonna say yes. Period. I think this is gonna happen. Do you believe if the Lions, throughout their whole entire possessions, got Matt Prater to their field goal range, do you think the Lions could have won that game based on all field goals, beat the Seahawks by 3?
That depends on how many times. That depends. One, it depends on the time of possession, and two, that also depends on how well Detroit can efficiently get down the field. If they did go by, quick possessions and being able to get Seattle off the field more quickly, then yeah, I believe they can, or did, or would. I believe they would. But other than that, I don't. With the way that game went, absolutely not.
Yeah, not with this type of score right here. But either way, regardless of the fact, probably 2 touchdowns, they're right back in it.
Yeah.
They would have been right back in it. So the game wasn't even over from the beginning.
Mm-mm.
This may be a 20-point win, but that don't mean nothing. That's close to 2 touchdowns.
Right? Yeah, there's a lot of 20-point games
that has been blown.
Excuse me. Yeah, that has been blown to a point where Detroit could have easily came back in that game. They could have easily came back in that game. Yep. They could have scored field goal after field goal, and they could have stopped Seattle from scoring, stopped them from being in field goal range, and they could have went on and just, won that game. But they couldn't even get in field goal range.
Yep. They only got it there twice. That's how they got 6 points. So they tell you right there that Seattle's rowdiness, it's hard for them to communicate with that type of atmosphere in Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was very interesting on how they managed to actually hold the Lions to 6 points, especially the best comeback team this season alone.
Yeah.
Best comeback team alone, and that just tell you right there that Seattle, that they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to bring another Super Bowl back.
Oh, yeah,
they're going to try. It's not going to be an easy journey for them.
They got to either get past Green Bay or Dallas. One of the two.
If they happen to move on.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If they get past Atlanta, they're either going to get past Green Bay or Dallas. One of the two.
And they have a hard time with Green Bay, but they ain't gonna be in Green Bay, so that's gonna be
interesting. That's gonna be interesting because Green Bay blew it in Seattle when Seattle won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, they sure did.
They blew it. 2014, they blew it. Green Bay had a lead. Russell Wilson threw, I think, 4 picks that year in that was it divisional or was it?
I think it was divisional.
Yeah, I think it was the divisional. Threw 4 picks that year and still won the game. And I think that was a stat that no quarterback has thrown 4 interceptions in a game and still won it. Or it was something of that nature. I can't remember. But, yeah, I would strongly believe that Seattle would be at home and they have a good opportunity to get past Green Bay. But if they had to play Dallas, it would be a whole other ballgame. I don't know if Seattle would be able to get past them. I don't know.
I don't think. Did they even get to play at all this season? Seattle,
Dallas? No, not that I see now.
I didn't see it either. And that's going to be very interesting on how that goes because despite the fact that they have actually, if they didn't play each other, despite the fact that they didn't play each other, they have good combinations. They actually got a running game now. Well, maybe. It's just like what Will Walker said. It depends on which team shows up.
Right.
Because they are a lot like the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Consistent.
Yeah.
So.
I want to switch over real quick, back over to the AFC real quick.
Okay.
Go over to Pittsburgh real quick. Mm-hmm. Do you now believe that there's a distraction going on in Pittsburgh?
Based off what?
Joey Porter getting arrested. Reports came out that Joey Porter got arrested for assault. I believe it was assault. Right after their wild card win. Do you now see this as a distraction and a possibility to have distractions on the team that would distract players from focusing and doing their job against Kansas City?
Dear, I'm going to be honest with you. even if Joey Porter didn't get arrested or not, it wouldn't distract them because I don't, I don't think they're getting past Kansas City. But the whole thing is that it will lead to a distraction because Joey Porter, he's a good what is he? Defensive lines coach, you know,
Or a linebackers coach.
or linebackers coach.
One of the two.
One of the two. Despite him being that good coach, that could take away a lot of advantages that Pittsburgh has. Now, the question would be, will he be able to coach that game next weekend in the divisionals when they go to Kansas City? So that's going to be the important question. Will he be able to do that? But if Joey Porter was actually there and he actually, showed his face, it could. It could definitely show that it could be a big distraction.
Well, right now he's out on bond.
Okay.
But his charges are, among others, assault and resisting arrest.
This man, he has a lot of problems that he needs to fix.
He better fix them quick.
Yeah, he does. And I feel that he needs to actually reevaluate himself personally.
Agreed, because I mean, he can easily be gone as a Steelers head coach, positions coach if he keep acting the way he's acting.
I mean, and y'all get deeper and deeper into the playoffs. Why choose now?
With him, they're not getting that far.
I'm just saying, but they're getting deeper and deeper into the playoffs. They just moved on from the division. They just pretty much stopped one of the best running teams, as a matter of fact.
In the last, 8 or 9 games?
Exactly. Why put yourself in that position where you're running deeper to the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? If they was actually staying focused the way that they're supposed to be staying focused, this will probably be a whole nother ball game. This will probably be to the point of where people's going to look at him and like, why should I listen to him? He's sitting up here hitting on people, abusing people. That could happen to me next. I don't want no part of it. That could lead to a big, major distraction.
Oh yeah, he's shooting himself in the foot. He haven't completely shot it out yet, but he's getting there with the way he's acting. He's getting there. He's definitely getting there. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to handle this situation from here on out.
We'll keep it posted on that. No doubt about it.
They definitely going to come out with something.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. That. Wow. But that's okay. This should end the run right here for Pittsburgh. I don't think it should too much matter. But hey,
nope.
NFL is shocking. Said it last week. So
many things can happen, and you said it.
Yeah, anything can happen. So you never know what happes.
Just like how I wanted Miami to win.
So Houston, Texas move on. So that's a whole nother.
Miami didn't.
I know.
That hurts my feelings.
In the meantime, I don't think you even got a chance to do it. The playoff standings for the competition of being you.
I did. Yeah, I didn't even do it. I forgot all about them. I could just say that I just know as of right now, I am 3-1 in the wild card, and I think you are 2-2 for the wild card.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
Yeah, I think I won the Seahawks. That's it. I only won one. Who else did I win?
You won. Oh, you didn't win. You are actually 1-3. You only won Seattle. No, you're 2-2. You won Pittsburgh.
Sure did.
You're 2-2.
Lovely. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to add to this?
I was about to go ahead to see if I could try to.
Well, pull up the standings.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Very well. Very well.
Wow, look at this. Yeah, see,
Depends what you do.
Yeah, so I'm going to say for right now, right off the top of my head, you are 154 and 103 through the 2016, 2017 season and postseason. I am, let's see, because I won Houston, I won Seattle, I lost Pittsburgh, and I won Green Bay. So I am 173 and 87. Yeah. That's how that would stand out. That's how that would stand out.
Actually, you know what? That's good to know. Before we actually get out of here, I had meant to do this a couple of shows ago. I need to go ahead and do this now.
Mm-hmm.
The Danian Tomlinson, Kurt Warner, and Terrell Davis has been named Pro Football Hall of Fame finalists.
Okay.
And there's a list that goes on that goes Morton Anderson, Tony Boselli, Isaac Bruce, Don Coryell, of course, Terrell Davis, Brian Dawkins, Alan Faneca, Joe Jacoby, Ty Law, John Lynch, Kevin Maui, Terrell Owens, Jason Taylor, of course, LaDainian Tomlinson, and of course, Kurt Warner. And of course, that will be announced during the NFL Honors, of course, the night before the Super Bowl 51. That'll be Saturday, February 4th at 8 o'clock Eastern on Fox. And so, not to mentioning that, is this list fair enough for you?
Half of them I don't even know. I know
Terrell Owens got his shot again. I'll say that.
Yeah, Terrell Owens, very familiar with him. Brian Dawkins, very similar with him. Terrell Davis, love Terrell
Isaac
Davis.
Bruce.
Yep, Isaac Bruce, love Isaac Bruce.
Morton Anderson.
Morton Anderson, yeah. Morton Anderson
Taylor.
too. Jason Taylor, loved him with the Miami Dolphins. I think one of the greatest defensive ends that played the game.
Of course, you said Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner too. He's a good quarterback. He was actually an underrated quarterback that nobody really actually looked at.
Yeah. So with that being said, with Kurt Warner being one of the finalists, and if he actually earned his Hall of Fame, he would join his crew in the NFL Network with Michael Irvin, Marshall Faulk, and Deion Sanders. Now imagine having all of them and they're Hall of Famers. Oh, I almost choked. Yes, I did. Excuse me. Yeah. Even though that I've never seen all Hall of Famers on one network, which would be very interesting to see. That just tell you with Kurt Warner, he had been through hell and back, period. He has been through hell and back. I really enjoyed watching him. We was with the Arizona Cardinals too.
Oh yeah.
Rams.
Oh yeah.
That's just good stuff to me. I enjoy watching Kurt Warner and Isaac Bruce.
Me too. Playing with St. Louis.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, I'm finally glad I got that out the way because I meant to do that a couple of episodes ago and I didn't get a chance to do it, and I needed to go ahead and do it. So,
Yeah.
So that's the deal. All right, Darren, you ready to get up out of here?
Yeah, just a quick look. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the record standing for where we stand at for week 18 in the NFL. The first week in postseason, 18th overall. Wow, I got you as 3-1. What did I do wrong?
Yeah, see, you got me down as 3-1.
That one right there. No, that one. That's what it is. But I best go switch. Yep, I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. But overall, I'm 3-1, and you are 2-2. I put the wrong formula down, of course. I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I put the wrong formula down, and I'll fix that. But yeah, I'm 3-1. I'm gonna change that for right now, and I'll change it later. And that's how that would look: 3-1, 2-2. 154, 103, 173, and 87. Just for anybody that's curious.
Very well. Okay. Ready to get up on out of here? Ready to go?
Yep.
All right. That's another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daryl. Darren opposite side.
Yep. Of course.
All right. Like what you see, of course.